Okay, I'm very excited about today because I finally get to talk to you about a place I've wanted to talk with you about for a while, and that's O'Hara's Public House in Lexington, South Carolina. Back in spring of 2018, I got booked to play at a place in Five Points, Columbia called Delaney's. I talked a little bit about Delaney's in the Taylor Swift episode, a couple back of Story and Song, so check that out if you haven't seen that. I got contacted around that time by a guy who I've come to know and love very well named Barry, who was booking me at Delaney's, and he said, look, I'm starting to book another room in the Columbia area. It's an Irish bar. Would you be interested in playing there? And I said, absolutely. I will learn some more Irish tunes. I'll have some fun with it. We'll really make kind of a fun night and see how it goes. So he said, great. It's a new place. He told me where it was, and it turned out to be O'Hara's Public House. So I go and, I play Whiskey in the Jar like everybody does. I had a very limited sort of repertoire of Irish stuff. But anyway, I played the show May of 2018, and at the end of the night, I go back in the back to get paid, and I meet and speak to a guy named Matt. And Matt asks me, hey, how did it go? And I said, I think it went great. The crowd was responsive. I had, a lot of people sort of singing along with these songs, clapping in time. People were making requests. I was doing them. Really had a good time. And Matt goes, you know what? I think it went well too. And I'm going to recommend to Barry that he bring you back here if you're interested in playing again. And I said, oh God, absolutely. Because, I was new to sort of regular gigging at this point, like playing in bars and restaurants and things like that. I had done festivals and stuff over the years, but I was really starting to go out and sort of make like a second career of playing live music for people. And so just the fact that a guy came up to me and said, hey, it went great, I want you back. I was floored, and I made a friend for life that night. And that turned out to be the owner, Matt O'Hara, which I didn't know at the time. I just was talking to a guy named Matt. I figured he was a manager. Just like I said, my first time there. And Matt has come to be somebody who I know and love dearly in my sort of music and playing and gigging. He is somebody who I always look forward to talking to, hearing from, going to his place and playing. He's always got a smile and a great attitude. I love when I get to go and hang out at O'Hara's for a while. Even if I'm not playing, if I'm just going to listen to somebody else play, some of the acts that come through there pretty regularly, like Harold Brown or Prettier Than Matt. I go and listen to the Bog Rats. I love the regulars that come through. E.J. Campbell. I go and I listen to people play just to be there in that environment.
What we explain the O'Hara's Public House to be is a celebration, a warm and welcoming celebration of community, food, music, and fun. Music is at the heart of what goes on in the Irish pub. In the spring, we do our biggest celebration of the year, the Shamrock Festival. We kind of host the parade here in downtown Lexington with the review stand right at our front door. We have done either 3 or 4 days of live music with some of our most favorite acts right here through the course of those few days.
Matt is a guy who did his homework. He went to Ireland and he traveled the country and saw and studied, what makes the Irish pub what it is, and, how they're set up, how they're constructed, sort of, how the tables are laid out, how it sort of breeds that communal atmosphere. He brought all that back over and opened his pub to be very true to what he saw there and what makes the Irish pub what it is.
Yeah, we got to do 2 or 3 really great R&D trips. One was a little bit better than a week spent in and around Dublin to include trips to the Guinness brewery, the Jameson distillery, and maybe about 50 pubs in and around the city. Got a real feel for the flavor and the look and the feel of an authentic Irish pub. We also went to New York City, where some of the real long-standing Irish pubs here in America operate, and we had a chance to experience that, compare that to how it's done in Ireland, and try to bring some of the best of those traditions right here to the town of Lexington.
He was open in April of 2018. I was playing there less than a month later. I was one of the first that played there. That was more than 3 years ago, and I've been back, month after month after month. I usually don't go more than 2 months without playing there, and I love the fact that I get to call that sort of my musical home. When it comes to me playing music and getting in front of people and sort of making that connection and getting to know regulars, O'Hara's is sort of my musical home base. And I could not be happier that that is where I tend to sort of orbit around and gravitate to. And I told Barry, I said, if I were to move to Ireland, I would want you to still book me at O'Hara's, and I would come play there as much as you possibly could book me. No distance, no force on earth will keep me away from playing O'Hara's as long as they'll have me. I love going back there. I love playing there again. It's always a good place to catch up with old friends that I haven't seen in a very long time, and it has proven to be a great place to meet new friends and make new friendships that are lasting and enduring year after year after year. I love them to death, and it's an honor to me how reciprocated that love is, and how much Matt and the regulars and the staff love bringing me back in. They're sometimes just as excited to see me as I am to see them, and I could not be more blessed.
We've had a number of acts come and go and be with us through some of the big events, but one that has been a mainstay from day one is our friend Brandon Mullis. Brandon has played each of our St. Paddy's Day and halfway to St. Paddy's Day. We have rung in the new year each and every year with Brandon. We love to have him here as a part of what we do at the pub. We really enjoyed his show here tonight. And one of the things that I've come to enjoy about his show is that he puts together a set list that people really enjoy, but it grows through the course of the night. And as we get to that final set, he's got everybody into a bit of a frenzy, and when it comes to an end, they just don't want to let him go. And it makes for a really fun night. And as they're leaving, I can hear talk of, when does he come back again? We want to do that again. And we really enjoy the way that he builds the excitement about being here at the pub and building the time together, the relationships, which is really what we're all about here.
So I figured what I would do would be to dig into some of the Irish music that I play there and show you something along those lines. And I've got regulars there, Mike and Libby Pauley, who recommend new Irish songs for me. They've become dear friends of mine over 3 years, and they always have a suggestion of something new that they think would fit well with kind of my style or the way that I sing, or just, something new to try. And so I constantly go to them, after I play something new. Oh my God, how did it sound? How did it go? But there's one that I have been doing since the first few times that I played there, and I keep returning to it. It's called Catch Me If You Can, and it's just a very catchy tune, no pun intended. It's basically about a guy who's older, and he's getting up in years. He's not getting any younger, and he's out trying to entice a younger woman who's basically looking for a sugar daddy to come and take him up on the offer and to come be his trophy, whatever. So anyway, it's a feel-good Irish song with exactly the dose of humor that you expect from some of these songs. I love it, and I think that the crowd definitely loves it as well. It's one that I really enjoy coming back to time and time again. So anyway, this is me at my musical home base, O'Hara's Public House, playing Catch Me If You Can.
I figure we'll go back to Ireland here. I am a Paugine from Tullawagine. I got money and acres of land. I'm looking for a honey with a bit of money. Catch me if you can, my name is Dan, sure I'm your man. I like the Kaylee and the stacks of barley. I like the waltzes, the old jigs and the reels. I like the swinging when Big Tom is singing. Catch me if you can, my name is Dan, sure I'm your man. I'm off to Lisdoon Varna at the end of the year. I'm off for the bit of crack, the women and the beer. I'm awful shifty for a man of 50. Catch me if you can, my name is Dan, sure I'm your man. I've got a brother, he's in the Gardaí. I've got an uncle way up there in the Dáil. He's quite a charmer, he's a mighty farmer. Catch me if you can, my name is Dan, sure I'm your man. Well, now to conclude and finish me story, if there's a young one out there looking for a man, take the bus from Varna down to Lisdoon, Varna. Catch me if you can, my name is Dan, sure I'm your man. Well, I'm off to Lisdoon, Varna at the end of the year. Well, I'm off for the bit of crack, the women and the beer. I'm awful shifty for a man of 50. Catch me if you can, my name is Dan, sure I'm your man. Catch me if you can, my name is Dan, sure I'm your man. Catch me if you can, my name is Dan, sure I'm your man.